Okay, lovely. Hello, everyone. Good evening, and thanks for joining this section again. My name is Owa Ajibola, and today's session is something we are all waiting for, something we all want to know much about, and something that have to do with our daily routine, something that most of us cannot do without, and that have to do with traveling. Yes, before we go on that, let's quickly share our slide. Maybe if you not see my slide now, I have to start from the beginning again. I'm sorry.
It's showing.
It's showing lovely. And is it better off now?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are the Thought Foundation Limited UK, and the project we are on it now is the Elderly Digital Upskilling Project. This project is gradually coming to an end. I feel like making it stay forever. Let's see how it will go, if it's going to be promoted more or it's going to be funded. Then we'll be here and we'll be here and stay for a very long time. So before we go into our topic for today, for this section, let's quickly take a look at what we've done before, which is the revision. We were talking about last time how to order a repeat prescription for most of us that have one medication or the other they go to their GP for. You know, this is how I taught you. We went through how you do get a repeat prescription, which some people were not aware of, you know, but it has come to stay. Internet, we cannot avoid it. It is part, even when it is not in your generation. But because of the situation of things, even pandemic brought this out much, will make it more pronounced and obvious, you know, but today it has come to stay. We all have to learn how to use our internet. We all have to learn how to surf online, whether you are doing shopping or you are doing ordering something or you are doing our daily routine, going to do repeat prescription, ordering something from online, ordering clothing, ordering food stuff, even your basic shopping that have to do with the supermarket, you can order it, it comes to your desktop. Or is it books? So many other things that you can do. All these come to play when you are on the internet, you know, when you use your computer. So that is why the knowledge is very important. So let's go to what we've got for today. And this have to do with, let me know if I'm echoing, because I can hear echoes here. Am I echoing? Can you hear me twice? Or Antonia, can you hear me twice?
No, not really. But sometimes it's
No,
like
no.
Okay.
I may hear you once.
Okay, that's good, because I'm just getting the echo back to me and it's very annoying.
no.
Okay, let's move on. I will have to adjust to it so that we can treat what we've got for today. How to book a cheap flight. How do we book a cheap flight? We know there is flight. Most of us, mostly those that are from Afro-Caribbeans or those that are from that not in parts of UK, they were not born and brought up in the UK. We always try to travel back. Even those that is originally giving birth to here, they go for holidays, they move around, you know. So this is why it's our daily routine that is important for us to know how to buy a ticket that will be more affordable for us, you know. So how do we go about this? I taking my time to bring this bit out from a popular site that normally used to teach you. I was able to bring about 4 points out, and those points we'll be looking at it. Peradventure, there are other skills you need more, which I can call it part 2 of this particular topic. We can treat that next week if time permits us. So, but for today, we are going to look into timing your ticket search, which is on travel date. This is one of the ways we look into how to buy a cheap ticket. I'll come to that in the slide. Another bit we'll look into is purchasing your ticket at least 2 weeks before flying. That's for a domestic flight. When I say domestic flight, I mean when you are flying within, it's not international as in cross countries. It's just making when you are probably are flying in one local area to the another that is not too further down, you know, so that requires 2 weeks. We'll come to that in details. Then check out alternative dates to find more affordable tickets. How do we go about that? We all come to that as well. Schedule your departure for the middle of the week or Saturdays. Most people fly in convenience. So the time you fly or fly in and out determine what the price of the fare of the ticket will be. You know, so these are the reasons we have to consider what we are doing, because most people do not know. They'll say, oh, they are not in a hurry. Don't get me wrong, it's not an emergency flight. They just feel I'm going to leave on Monday and come back maybe 2 weeks, same time, Saturday, you know, or Sunday. It might be a busy time that by the time you change your date with just 1 day, the fare will be cheaper. You know, most people do not recognize that. So what do we do? How do we go about this? Let's dig in more. Right, we've got a lot of writing here. Don't get scared. You might not even be seeing it very, very well. But I will assure you that I'll go through it. As I read along, I explain to you what it means. If you have any question, you ask along the line, you know. So start looking for domestic tickets at least 6 weeks in advance. What do we say? Start looking for a domestic ticket. That is ticket for your flight that is within maybe UK or something like that, within, that is not very far, for about 6 weeks in advance. That's a good length of time. You might be amazed at how will I be looking for ticket for 6 weeks when I'm not even ready to fly? That's have to do with the domestic. I talked about the international ticket as well. Why is this relevant? This is relevant because if you plan ahead, you plan on time, you know, you'll be able to get a cheaper. It can even be half the price. You'll be amazed. Half the price, you know. I normally do all this before if I want to try to travel, I can plan way ahead of time, and my ticket, I bet you, will be cheap. People will be amazed how much it takes for me to book a family ticket like that. So let's dig in. Continue to check on weekly basis to find out if the ticket gets cheaper or thin the point that you make a purchase. You know, in as much as sometimes, get this right, most people, they do not buy their ticket by themselves. That is fine. But when you have this idea of how to go about your ticketing, you will be able to know when to follow up with your agent. You know, so that is why we brought it, because it's a daily routine, things we do in and out. Is maybe in a year you want to travel, in 2 years, 6 months, 3 months you want to travel. These are things we hardly we don't stop doing. You know, that is why it is relevant to this section. So when you plan ahead and you've gotten your you know the time frame you want to travel, you know, you continue to check. Maybe you started from the domestic flight, you started from 6 weeks. That 6 weeks, you will not going to leave it there that you've gotten your ticket. You continue to check when it will be cheaper, or thin, you get a cheaper one, you quickly make a purchase, you know. And the other aspect of the international one, if you are flying internationally, you start searching for your ticket for about 20 to 24 weeks in advance. When we say 20 to 24 weeks, what do we mean? That's 20 weeks is, you know, 4 months, 24 weeks, that should be about 5 months, yeah? Okay, if you have that time frame and you know you are traveling maybe the next year, if you start planning with this time frame, you find out that in between there might be a rise in ticket, because there is what we call when the flights, you know, when they give a permission to the agent to, is like a slot given to them. So you will know when to really figure it out, when you will be able to make your purchase. So don't get all this, don't let all this wear you down or scare you to look into or what I'm talking about. It's a question of patience and understanding of how it works. So when you start doing this for international flights, and it is 24 weeks, you start in 24 in advance, the tickets can fluctuate. In the midst of doing this, you find out that there is a widely people buying at a particular time. The price can drop or it can be escalate, you know. So when you see that, you have to trend, look at which favors you, you know. And in general, know that what we are talking about is just basically a guide for you to know. Because when you know what is going on, you'll be able to know how it trade. Doesn't mean it's instantly it is what will happen, you know, but this is a guide that when you know this, you should be able to know that for sure, I will get, if I have 6 months, 20 to 24 weeks searching for international flights, I should be able to make a purchase, get a good deal within that time frame. Okay. Looking for international flight for 24 weeks in advance may seem a little bit, as I said before, may seem a little bit a long time to be looking for such a flight. But no, I will tell you, but after, you know, during this COVID time, during the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of flights eliminate ticket reassurance, as in, you know, because of fee, you know. But there are some instantly that you have be able to buy a ticket. It will be cheap, but it will have you have opportunity for you to change dates. Get that in mind. I would say it is better for you to stick to that, you know, than you are not able to change the dates. If you can buy because most of the time when you want to buy a ticket like that, the one you are not able to change the date is cheaper, and the one you can change the date is more expensive. But when you follow these ways, these styles or logic that we are trying to implement, when you follow through it, you notice that you can buy a cheaper ticket, but at the same time, you will be able to change the date. It will tally for you to change the date. So let's go and to the other slide and see what we've got. Yes, purchase your ticket at least 2 weeks before flying. The idea of window of time get to your closest ticket. You know, when you sometimes you say you are monitoring it and it's getting too close to the time you want to fly and you've not purchased your ticket, you are at risk. So in as much you are monitoring it, by the time you find out that there is a drop, at least maximum 2 weeks. If you monitor it well, maximum 2 weeks, you should be able to purchase your ticket before you fly, you know. And the ticket price are sometimes fewer than, it is sometimes fewer than 14 days, you know, before you they really, if you about the time is fewer than 14 days and you've really not ordered it, is like you might be at risk of purchasing it at a higher price. So try to look into what you are doing. Don't be carried away with you are studying the price and actually you know where you want to fly, you know. So let's read this other slide. If you are flying internationally, please start looking much further in advance, which I just told you before, and buy a ticket at least 3 months before you fly. The domestic one can be 2 weeks, but the international one, at least 3 months before you fly. So that will give you opportunity for you to have, you've assessed everything and you find out that this is an opportunity for me to buy a cheaper one. You go for it, or you tell the agent that you want to buy the ticket from, that it is cheap at this particular time, please can you go do this for me. If you wait until say 1 week before you fly for the domestic one, you will be stuck purchasing very expensive tickets for the domestic flight, which I know most of us do not really engage in. They say we are going on a short break. If you are going on that, if you buy the ticket, for just 1 week before you fly, I'm assuring you, even if you are going to just a nearby place like that, it will be very expensive. I remember when I used to travel to Italy, I still have to plan ahead. Anytime I buy a ticket that have to do with just few weeks before I travel, it's like I'm buying full price. Then I used to wonder, I say, why is this very expensive? Not, and I now know that. So this is not an emergency travel. If I'm not doing an emergency travel, so why paying more money? You within you, you are traveling in a year time, that this year is a no-go year, I'm not traveling. The year you already know, okay, I'm planning for 2 years time, for example. At the beginning, start saving for it. Not only saving, start planning how to get a cheaper ticket. And I'm sure if you wait for a month before you buy that ticket, or 2 months, you are going to buy it more expensive. But if you go immediately, you find out that you are buying the ticket almost half price. You'll be amazed. Even if it's agent that is buying it for you, you buy it almost half price. So try to utilize the opportunity. Let me read this bit. If you forget to purchase your ticket between 2 to 3 weeks before the day of your flight, the next best option is for you to wait to purchase until less than 24 hours before you fly. Did you hear that? That is a very logic that most people wouldn't know. For you, if you forgot, you've not purchased your ticket 2-3 weeks before you fly, you have to be patient and see whether there is a special promotion, which is just 24 hours before you fly. You'll be very, very scared. No, most people will take that risk. They will do that. For me, I would be extremely scared, but it does work. A lot of tickets will be released. When tickets are released at that particular time, it might be cheap because they don't want to go with their flight empty. Mostly when it's not a busy time, they wouldn't want to go the flight. They want to fill it up. So at that particular time, the airline would drop their fare 24 hours before you fly. The fare is going to drop woefully, if it's not a busy time. So airline will often dramatically lower ticket price in order for you to fill up all the seats. If you see that on the plane. However, if you wait until the last minute, you could find out that the flight has sold out and that the only remaining tickets are very expensive. Did you hear that? At least 24 hours. So be on your foot. 24 hours, mostly those that go on emergency, pam, this flight is going to leave so time, and you've missed it out between 2 to 3 weeks, you've not purchased your ticket. 24 hours before departure of that flight, try to go online and book yourself. Is not something like that you cannot unachievable. You can achieve it. So what you do, you book within 24 hours if you are a good risk taker. Okay, let's go to the next slide and see what we've got there. Okay, check out alternative date to find more affordable tickets. A lot of people stick, this always happens to people because they do not know why it is, why they are doing that, though they don't even have this idea or this information. You want to buy a ticket, whether local flight or international, domestic flight or international flight, and you observe that you have in your head that I'm leaving on the 7th and I'm coming back on the 7th of this month, and I'm coming back on the 7th of the other month, to make it 1 month or a month and a day, depending on how you are counting it. a round figure for you. This is what you have your holiday at that particular time. Do you know changing just a day out of that particular time frame that you've had in mind might make your ticket drop? You know, you'll be amazed and you'll be surprised that, wow, is it really true that because I'm not leaving on Saturday and I'm leaving on Monday or Tuesday, the price that used to be 325 pounds or that used to be 400, it has now turned to 300 or 325, for example. There is 100 pounds for me extra to play with, which is a lot of money for so many people, you know. So let's try to work with this flexibility of time. You have to be flexible with your time when you are not in a hurry. And you know that when you are coming back, it's not that there is something you want to come back to come and see. It's just because you do not know that a day change might bring the ticket a little bit lower, you know. Let's read further down. Let's see what we've got there. Okay, so like I said before, the departure and arrival of the flight will be able to have a cheaper flight ticket, you know, a cheaper flight fare. So compare the prices across 3 to 4 days. You know, maybe if you want to start, you start from Monday to Thursday or Monday to Wednesday, you check the price for that 3 days. You know, instead of you to just be stick, it's on Sunday I'm returning, or it's on Saturday I'm returning, you can return back, you can return and within the week, and within that week might reduce your fare price, you know. And if you can manage to rearrange your travel plan, select the days that offer most discounted flight. There are some days, because they don't have passengers, they don't have a lot of seats available. They have a lot of seats available in that particular flight, which is happen mostly weekdays. They tend to drop the price down. Whereas if it's weekend, there is this rush that, oh, I just want to travel for the weekend. You know, I prefer the weekend. It's not work days, it's not school days. You understand? So by so doing, a lot of people travel at a particular time. You know, you can avoid traffic. You can avoid populating the airports, you know, by flying within the week, you know, which most of the time the fare is down, is cheaper. Okay, so you can always try to rearrange your plans in order to fit into a cheaper fare. So this example I've already explained to you now. Let's go to the other slide to see what we've got there. Okay, save money by taking your flight early in the morning or late at night. Yeah, most people, they've had it in their head, or they just feel they want to travel during the day so that they can relax and sleep in the night. It's not bad, but when there is no money to work along with that plans, you tend to have difficulties traveling, you know, or the extras that you would have used to betterment of life or to enjoy your holiday, so to say, you end up using it to top up your fare, which we are trying to avoid while we are doing this section, you know. So what do? You can travel odd time, because a business class person, a first class flights, you know, seats, you know, they can always prefer to go within, they want to sleep in their house, they have the money is there, they want to relax, they don't want to travel all the time. But if you know you don't have that type of opportunities, you can utilize your late night flight or early morning flight, because most of those flights are it reduces the price down, it's reduced. So if you are a traveler, you consider that you'll be able to save some cash. So because I will go through this slide with you, because of the increased demand for flight at popular times, her time we charge more for Airlines will charge more for flight tickets at, for example, 10 a.m. On the other hand, red eye flight that take off between 9 p.m. and 9 a.m. will be steeply marked down in order to offset the inconveniences of traveling at this time. Yes, that's what I just explained. The inconveniences for those that have got the cash. They don't want to travel all time. They want to be in their bed. They just feel like when they are on the way during the day, they can stretch out their leg, do their computer, or do whatever they want to do, and they are still active. But in the night, they want to sleep in their bed, or early mornings, they want to sleep in their bed. So those two time range, a lot of people tend to um, utilize the tickets so that they have a cheap flight. You know, the fare will be cheap. Most aggregators and airline websites let you choose specific time that you would like to fly to depart. You know, that's true. So they have opportunity for you to choose where you want to fly and when you want to depart or arrive as well. So you'll be able to make choices of time, you know. Schedule your departure for middle of the week or Saturday. This is what I just explained in another way last time. Instead of you to be living at Saturdays, which most people like to travel, you can travel on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and avoid the weekend, because most people want to go to another part of the world by maybe live on, spend their weekend there to come back the other weekend, you know. So that will cause a little bit of trafficking to the airport, and that reduces the number of seats. But when you when it is weekdays, the seats will be a little bit, you have more space, which will reduce the fare as well. Okay, if you are flying internationally, flying on Wednesday is almost always cheaper than flying on weekend. Yeah, this is an advice. International flight, maybe going to Nigeria or going to India or going to the West Indies, traveling to Ghana or another part of the BAMS world, you know, you find out that you have to, when you travel weekend, you'll be able to save some cash rather than most flight goes weekend. So if you travel weekdays, which mostly is when a midweek, you get a cheaper price. So try, if your agent that is trying to plan your ticket is telling you, this is the date I have and this is the amount, tell them, can we try a Wednesday, for example, when it is international? Can we try Wednesday? Like, can we see, is the Wednesday okay? How much is it? You find out that there's a great difference between the Wednesday and the Saturday, which is weekend. If you are doing that, that is when this is relevant, when it is not on holiday time. Because when it is holiday time, most people are traveling, you end up having, whether it is weekend, weekdays, expensive tickets, unless you plan way ahead for maybe 20 to 24 weeks before your departure. But I will tell you, keep saving little in the money aspect, keep saving gradually. If you know you are traveling next year, it's not bad for you to keep saving, you know, but if you wait for the last minute, you will never travel, you know. So it has been very helpful for most people when they take to this advice. Or if you are the type that travels on yearly basis during summer, the best idea for you to do is that when you are coming back from the journey, you start saving the other months, no matter how little it is. Start saving as you arrive, because you know you are yearly basis traveling. You know, you travel on yearly basis with your family. You start saving so that you'll be able to be acclimatized to your culture, because most people in this platform, they want to travel back to where they are originated from. So, and it's good to get our children involved in that.
I need to talk, but Gary's taking too long.
Sorry about that. That was the children coming in. Okay. So that's this bit. Okay, let me look at this slide. Schedule your departure for the middle of the week and Saturday. We just finish up with this now, but this is an attachment. This strategy is 100% effective, you know. This is not, it has been tested, and most people have noticed that scheduling your departure for the middle of the week is lots more better than for Saturday. So let's try to look at the date, you know. But sometimes it's difficult. Mostly people that want to enjoy their holidays, a longer holiday, you know, and maybe if the school finishes by Saturday, it's difficult for them to sort of leave the school by travel within the week, because they want to immediately as they are finishing, they want to travel by maybe on a Friday, which is the last day of the week, or the last day of the school day, the last day for the children. So for you to wait for the other one Wednesday is to be like, oh, I'm spending the whole of my holiday here, you know. So that is about plan ahead. Is that you are, if it's important, you are taking permission from the school, so that for those of you that have children, so that you leave a weekdays, or you be patient, the holiday is there for you. You move the other within the week in the other what is it called, within the week, upper week, after the school break off. But then if you have the cash, you don't need to pass through all this. Go and pay for it, you know. So these are means where people are using to sort of keep avoid spending too much. Let's look at the other slide. Yes. Do you have any question before we rest for today? Any question? Because I've got a question here that's a popular question that they've asked on the site. I just copied it because I feel is important for we to look into it, mostly when you don't ask questions during this section. Do you have any question? Any question? Okay, if you don't have any question, I'll quickly ask this question. I'll answer those questions asked there, which is already on the slide. So someone asked this on the site. I want to fly between multiple cities in any order. How can I find the lowest fare? Some people, they want to get to one country first before they go to another. And they don't know how to get a deal of the fare. This is a little bit challenging for a lot of people, you know. But what they have decided, you know, the information I got from this place says you can try to use website like Expedia, the Priceline. I will try this particular one online now so that we can see for a few minutes. Is the Expedia. Let me see if that say works, you know. So there are some website you can use that to be able to give you varieties of options, you know. It will like to take some sort through the result, but will save you money, you know. By the time you check on this site, it will give you varieties of prices, you know. By the time you look into them one after the other, you know, it will save you money. You will know how to go about that, you know. So some people, if it doesn't apply to you, doesn't mean it doesn't exist. They want to fly from multiple cities, from one place to the other. Maybe they have a family member that they want to finish up with that family member and go to another. You know, how do they go about this? You know, go on the website. Avoid just using one airline for all the flights. since different airline may offer a cheaper one-way flight between different cities. This is a good advice. By the time you've checked, instead of you to say, I want to stick to maybe just, I don't want to call names of airlines here, you know, you just want to stick to a particular airline. And by the time you stick to that airline, you find out that it might not give you a great deal on the other city that you are going to. So it's better maybe if you fly A to this place, you can fly within another place, you can fly B to the other side. When you do that, it will sort of give you a cheaper deal rather than sticking to one, because some flights are not popular in a particular city, while others are popular. So the one that is popular tend to have more traffic and they have more populations that goes to them. So in that place, their price may be a little bit cheaper, you know. So that is why you get to as the advice given, use different airlines to finish up your journey, you know. So let's try this Epedia outside, whether it still works. I'm going to share in a minute, but let's just look at this. But this has been a popular site for most people traveling. Yes, it's live and direct there. I'll go into it for a minute now. Stop sharing this and I'll share that. Let's see if you can see, okay. Okay, that's good. You can see the site. It's a popular site that you can sort of access different flights, you know. You put where you are going to, yeah? Where are you going to? Maybe, will I say London? Okay, we are in London now. Let's say New York. That's the next available one. What date are you traveling? Is over there. You put the date here. You know, they did that for us, but let's see if we can move it back a little bit. If there is no flight that day to tell you. Yeah, I'll come back on Tuesday. Come back on Tuesday.
Can we have this? Please.
No.
Please. Please, we're very hot. Please.
I'm on my training. Please, can you give me a break?
Please.
Okay.
She said yes.
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Right. So when you put the dates here, and in there to depend on what you are going to. Are you going to stay for your vacation? Is it for flight? Is it for car? Is it for packaging? Is it for things to do? You know, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options here. So you can navigate between them. So this is strictly for the flight that we are talking about. There can be an option that goes with the car, a car pickup, or, you know, people do a lot of holiday. So you can pick that up. There is other packages. There are some people you want to go on a vacation or a holiday that you want all inclusive. So we have different options here. The flight will be there, a hotel inclusive, depending on what you've got. So you can say you want to relax. So there is opportunity for you to explore all these bits, things to do. There will be some activities for you to do there and so many things. So in this particular situation, you'll be able to see how to book your flight, and you know how to get a cheaper deal, mostly when you are doing a cross city or moving from one city to another, you know. So this basically will help you know what to do when you are using flights for this place and another flight for the other side. You know, multi-cities, did you see that? Multi-cities, one way return. This is, you book a return ticket. This is one way, and this is multi-city. So you can put, I'm going to fly from, yes, going to New York, on depart on so day. Then flight 2, I'm leaving from New York, going to, what would I call it? Maybe Israel on so day. Then add more another flight. You can keep adding more flights. Look, I've added more. You keep adding more. If you have about 3 places you want to go to, you can do that, or 4 places. You can keep adding until you put different dates in there. And when you do that, it will search for, this is just an avenue for you to search. There are other means, other websites you can use, like the one I showed you before, which is Priceless. Was it Priceless? Let's check. So those are means you can involve yourself in to get a cheaper deal. And if you, let me check, was it Priceless? I think it's Priceless. Okay, yes, it is a Priceless. So let's go to the Priceless one. Our time is running, we're stopping soon. We're not going to exceed the time today, no way. Okay, so we've got this now. I'll go to, I'm going to put it in the bar, copy and paste, then Priceless page. This is Priceless website. Priceless website, you know. So this is what you get here. Save big on your next holiday. So there is a lot of things you can do here. You know, there is hotel, there is car, there is flight, bundle plus save, cruises. So a lot of things go on there. There are some with spa, wherever you want to do, for how many adults and all that. So let's try to utilize this. And if you have any question to ask, please do not forget to come to me, ask through website, or come ask through a WhatsApp page, where we normally meet there. Always ask question or call me. Some people like to be private, so you can call me. We'll discuss one-on-one on your personal need, So this is where we'll call it a day. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your presence. And like I told you in the message I sent out, that this is coming to an end. Let's try to utilize the remaining days, weeks that we have, so that we'll be able to benefit from this. It is free of charge. There is no payment for this. It is fully funded and paid by the National Lottery, Community National Lottery. We appreciate them. Thank you for joining in. See you again next week, hopefully. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you. I really
Thank you.
appreciate it. God bless you,
Thank
ma.
you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.